Hey everybody, welcome back to another Diecast review. This here is going to be Chase Elliott's 2019 Napa Elite. This is the standard paint scheme. Wait a minute. I already made this video once, so why would I be making it again? Unless I was comparing it to the 2020, of course. Okay, now I get it. Anyway, sarcastic. Hey, my jokes are so funny. Here's our 2019 Camaro. We're going to take a look at the 2020 Camaro, which is right here. And there you see we got our Napa number 9, and then there's a few differences. But we're going to start with the box, and then we'll go on and take a look at the differences between 2019 and 2020. So in the 2019 box, we actually have the old school box. This is one of the last cars that ended up like this. So we have the Napa 2019 Camaro ZL1. We also do have the 2019, yeah, just ZL1. I think the other one has the other numbers and junk on it. One of 584. It's kind of a lot, but, I mean, you know, it's Chase Elliott. Then you get to this one, 2020, it's championship year. We're going to have Elite, one of only 415. That's why this has been so hard to find. The 1 year, and I mean this legitimately, the 1 year I didn't pre-order the standard scheme because I figured I'd try to find somebody selling an autograph one on eBay. There's a global pandemic, and he wins a championship, and they're harder than all living crap to find. Of course that's what happened, which basically says to me, pre-order anything you want, ever, and then try to buy an autograph one and sell the other one off. And yeah, you might lose a little, but I had to pay over market value on this one because I couldn't find one. So yeah, the one time, and I mean this legitimately, the one time that I waited to get a Chase Elliott car, since I really started collecting diecasts more recently, which is only like 3 years ago or so. But this was the first time I said, you know what, I think I'll wait and try to find one later. Of course. So anyway, moral of the story is pre-order your cars. But also, this one is hard to find, so if you were thinking about it, get them quick because they may dry up and then you may not find them. You know, there's a lot of cars like that where they dry up and suddenly they become very hard to find. So if you want it, you better pick it up. Even though it's going up, you might want to get it now because you never know if you'll be able to find it at all later. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at these two cars. So we'll start with the 2020 car. We'll do the full review, and then we'll compare it to last year. So down our left side, you can see we've got our, first of all, our 2020 Camaro nose, which the Chevy emblem's a little wonky on there, but we do have that little bit flatter looking nose. We got Napa up there on the hood. It's a little bit different shaped hood. You can see the blue is a gloss blue on this white. Got our NASCAR Cup Series logo there. Cup Series windshield banner. Number 9 up here on the roof. Napa know-how. Down the left side, you can see I got our number 9 Mountain Dew Hooters. Napa Auto Parts UniFirst. Got Napa Auto Parts on the rear deck lid. We got the clear and black spoiler, the ethanol ring as well. Get to the actual back of the car. We got the Napa Auto Care ZL1. Inside, we do have a fuel cell in the back. We got Elliott on the rear window. DIN number is 136. Right side, UniFirst, Hooters, Mountain Dew, and then Napa Auto Parts. And then very, very clean, crisp. I like getting one of these each year, the clean Napa car, just to have every year's paint scheme. I've only done that for 2 drivers ever, and that is Casey Kane, my original favorite driver, and then Chase Elliott. I shouldn't even say that. Bill Elliott was my hero driver, but I only got to watch him race for a year. And then it was Casey Kane, and then Chase Elliott. And so actually Black Flags Matter just recently posted the unluckiest rookie. Is that what it was? The most unluckiest rookie. That's what it was. The most unluckiest rookie. It was one of those very hard to say. But it was about Casey Kane's rookie season. I'll link it in the description below because it's a pretty good video. It really does show how Kane's rookie season was what got me hooked. I was just like, wow, this guy is awesome. He was driving the wheels off things. But I will say he was very unlucky. On the front here, we got the Napa Camaro front end. You can see here a little bit different down here around the edges of the bumper than what we've seen in the past. There's our Camaro, our Chevy emblem. It's a little wonky. Big Napa on the hood there. The nose honestly just looks a little shorter, a little stubbier. But overall, this car, there are roof flaps there. We'll go ahead and pop the hood open, and then what we'll do is we'll take a look at the rest of the whole differences between the two cars. So the only thing I have noticed, there's a little bit of like chipped up paint around the edges of the decals on this hood. It's blue over here, and then it's yellow's kind of chipped up. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get a little bit of touch up paint and put it around the edge. If it was on the main part of the hood, I would try to get another one, but it was hard enough to get this one, and with such small defects, unfortunately, this is what you get from Lionel now. You're going to have chipped up front hoods and chipped up things here. And as long as it's not horrible, you're better off just keeping it because they can get much, much worse. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We can't change it now. So, all we can do is eventually just stop collecting and maybe they'll get the message. But anyway, so that was our 2020 car. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the 2019 right alongside the 2020. So we'll put them side by side. The paint scheme did not change. However, they did change how they made the paint scheme. So, as you can see, the one on the right, which is the 2020, has a little bit brighter blue. So what I noticed is on this one here, they still did the, what do I call it? The sparkly finish, if you know what I mean. They tried to get the sparkle into the car, and it does not look good at all. Okay, so the sparkly stuff never looked good. You can see it in the Napa logo. Here, you can see that kind of sparkly stuff that gives it a little bit of a wonky look. You can really tell when it's in the yellow there. There you see it. You can see it in the yellow and white, the speckles. That's gone. So they went to straight gloss. Now, I will say the blue on this one does look really, really good, but at the expense of the decal, of course. And then on this one, we have the gloss colors, and they look very, very good. Now, the other thing, too, is it goes the same way with the white. So you can see on this white here, we've got kind of the metallic background to the white. When the other one, it's going to be very, very gloss. You can see here, it's that metallic white, metallic blue, kind of down the sides here. So very, very, still a very good looking car compared to the 2018 for sure. That one was atrocious. That thing was an awful race car. But this car does have, again, basically this kind of weird little speckle thing they try to use to make it sparkle, and it works on the paint, but on the decals it does not. As I said, the blue looks really good on this car, and the white does too. It's just the decals that really do not look good. This one you can see again, very, very gloss. There is no finish to it. It is just gloss blue and gloss white. So it is very, very basic. As I said, we also do have the noses of the car. You can see, obviously, right off the bat, this is a much more aggressive-looking nose. This one is much more, flat. You can see right here, it is basically perfectly flat top to bottom on this spot right here. Where this one, it goes in, there's an indentation up here in the headlights, and then it actually comes out at a little bit of an angle here. Also, you can see it's got a little bit more rounded up front fenders here. This one rounds and goes to the back, and this one actually kind of puffs out. It almost looks like, if you were to say it was like a face, it has like, chubby cheeks. Just very chubby on the side, almost is how I put it. But, that's another difference in that 2020 Camaro front end versus the 2019. The 2019, frankly, looks better, but obviously didn't perform quite as good as this 2020 did. But that is the biggest differences you're going to see there. On the hood, the biggest difference is frankly not anything that's very noticeable. They both have the little like circled ridge. This one is a perfect circle. This one is also a perfect circle, but it had a little bit bigger bump in the middle. But overall, I think the ridges are about the same. There's nothing super different about it. As I said, this one just seems like a shorter, more pushed up nose. Could be because, again, it's a little bit more puffed out on these edges here. But that might be a feature of how they did it. But, there's still the line here and the line here. The big R trademark thing, which I've never been a fan of. It's like, if you're putting it on a Diecast race car that they sponsor, you'd think they'd be able to just let the R part go, or the copyright part. Just let that one go for, just for the Diecast part. But unfortunately, they don't. So you get a big R on there. But onto the back of the car, it's actually very, very similar. You can see down here, there's one little line here. It's a little different from this one, which is like an angled line up towards the top. You can see it's a little bit lower, a little bit longer. But otherwise, body-wise, very, very similar on the left side as you get towards the rear of the car. And then I said the corner panel, there's a small difference. Let's get to the very rear of the car. The headlights are actually a slight bit different. You can see here the 2020, which is now on the left, has a little bit more rounded headlights. This one looks a little bit more aggressive, more pointed. The actual deck lid itself, this one's a little bit taller than this one here. You can see how skinny that deck lid is. This one's a little bit taller. Napa Know-How, Napa Auto Care, you know, whatever. ZL1, Camaro, that's all the same. Valvoline, number 9. Let's see, shape of the bumper. This one is actually more flat across the back. This one's got a little bit more of a curve up here on the edges here. As I said, there's similar components inside, so nothing really changes there. Let's see. Up here, everything looks pretty similar. The blue kind of comes up here. Obviously, sponsor-wise, a couple of things changed. This one only has Mountain Dew on the side. Otherwise, it is very, very, very clean. This one has Mountain Dew, Hooters, and UniFirst, and Mountain Dew is gone for next year. Let my tears of sorrow begin. My favorite sponsor. Oh, well, Hooters will have to take that place. I mean, you know, I like Mountain Dew and I like Hooters. Not the restaurant because I've never been there, but, you know, the other. But, yes, so then the differences in detail is basically those corner panels. The deck lids are the same. The roofs are the same. They didn't really change a whole... They didn't reinvent the wheel on there. Sponsor-wise, differences between the seasons are literally just these down here. Kelly Blue Book and Valvoline did not change. Even down the post here, I think we got the same ones. We got Axalta, Freightliner, Hooters, Mac Tools, Siemens, and Cincinnati. So Cincinnati jumped on with Alex Bowman. They are also on this post here, and they weren't on that one. And then obviously the other differences, Cup Series versus, you know, Monster Energy. So you have the Cup Series banner versus the blank banner because Pepsi had a feud with the Monster. And then on the side, you have the Cup Series logo and stuff like that. But overall, they didn't change a bunch, but they definitely, you know, if you train yourself to look for the right things, you will easily be able to tell the difference between a 2019 and a 2020. Because there's probably some ding-dong out there that's going to take this car, say, well, this looks like the 2020. It must be a 2020, and list it for sale on an eBay or a Facebook page or something and say, this is a 2020 Chase Elliott car. And if you don't know better, you might not, you know, catch the small differences. Now, the Cup Series banner is the easiest one. The next one is the Cup Series logo. And then I said, from there, you go into here, and you see if there's the little speckles on the Napa. Nope, not 2020. Also down here, Hooters, UniFirst. Those are two other things. You can tell by the mold of the nose. You know, all these little details will just help you out. This is the type of stuff that allows me to make purchases on stuff that's not in boxes, and people don't know what they have. Because I've had a number of different cars where someone thinks it's just some basic ARC, and I can see that the post is black and that there's a mirror off the side, and I know it's an Elite, and it's not in a box, but it looks like it's in good shape, and so I'll buy it for a much more reasonable and cheap price, and I get to end up having a very, very nice car for a lot less money because you have that knowledge. So I'm passing it on to you, so hopefully that doesn't mean you guys are going to jump on all the deals before I can get them, but, you know, I like to pass that stuff on. So let me know your thoughts on the 2020 Camaro in the comments below. I did this once before, but I didn't have good direct comparisons between the two paint schemes that stayed the same from year to year, so this has been a good chance to do that. But let me know in the comments below for the 2020 as far as which one you preferred, and, you know, and what you liked about the 2019 versus 2020, or vice versa. So other than that, this has been Race Craze. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. Do share and share, comment, like, all that fun YouTube algorithm stuff that just helps the channel grow, which helps me to be able to afford a few more diecasts and make more videos, and hopefully I keep kicking the can down the road, but hopefully I'll have my diecast website up soon, and I'll be able to do a heck of a lot more reviews. So I know that's kind of been a dream of mine, and hopefully I'll get it to actually come to fruition here soon. So anyway, this has been Race Craze. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next diecast review.